Hey everybody, so it's Rick Valentine with another reaction video, but this time, my guys, it's not what you think it is, because we're going back in time here, and not through a nostalgia bit. This is me reacting to myself in the past. Yeah, we're literally doing like a time capsule reaction. When I was in university, I made a few vlog videos. This is 4 years ago when it was posted, and I don't know. Of late, I've been like really retrospective and just looking back at the progress of my life. And I think this is going to be a fun thought experiment in that to look at fetus self. Okay, so it's going to be like surreal for me, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before, I know that I'm supposed to do all of this creator shit in order for this to all work out. So don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this. It's so weird saying that. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm just gonna watch this. But you know what you need to do, okay? Bye. Okay, guys. So the first video is titled "A is for Anthony." Not my government name. Yeah. Valentine is my chosen name. Anthony is her government surname. So yeah. Please do not, just don't. It's Rick Valentine. I chose that. That is my alter ego when I'm a creator and an artist. But wow, I lost a lot of weight. Not noticing that for like supervision, but I'm just saying.
This is my channel.
Look at the growth. You'll see.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my first YouTube video. I am very unexperienced, and so take it easy on me, okay? So I was thinking maybe for a first video that I'd tell you.
Okay. First thing I noticed, I'm so nervous.
Surname is Anthony. I'm born and raised in South Africa.
My voice is so fake. It's okay for me to say it. I have gay friends.
It is so weird just looking at a camera. Just like looking at a camera and just talking. If you have this experience,
I know what you mean, my guys. This
like first time YouTubers tell me, what do I need to do to be better? And if you're a viewer, potential subscriber, then tell me what I can do to be better.
Oh, he really does.
So yeah, I'm from.
But I suppose that much has changed.
Wow, for a while.
I'm a people pleaser. I've realized that. I'm a Pisces.
I live with my mom and my sister, and my niece. Zio.
Yep.
I don't have a dad, unfortunately.
Wow, this must have been like
he passed away before I was born.
Oh, we're going in.
Yeah. If you know anything about South Africa, then you will know that during the 16th century, during colonial times, you aren't going that far back, but during colonial times, South Africa was colonized.
Oh my gosh, we are literally going that far. Oh my gosh, my God, okay.
Segregation,
yeah, go and explain racism for the people.
As the rest of the world calls it, apartheid.
I might need to smoke a cigarette for this, I'm sorry.
Anyway, my mom and my dad, like many other people in South Africa, were freedom fighters.
Okay, I get it.
My
He's
mom was
giving back,
and my dad was
context,
kind of
backstory.
in his years, and they met.
Colonial times?
They really liked each other, and then after a while they started dating and eventually got married. And during all of that time, apartheid was going on. I'm just calling it apartheid because that's how I pronounce it. But apartheid,
you can see I didn't smoke because that
rough.
voice is...
What it was essentially was separating people because of their race.
You know,
it was a time when people were not treated
with Teddy Bear Rick
as human beings. They weren't given the same rights as others because the color of their skin.
I had terrible body dysmorphia.
People were forced to live
and so passionate about it. I love that though. That hasn't changed, but I think it's not as much in the forefront as it was in UW's.
My mom and my dad.
I was like the chairperson 3 years in a row.
And because of that,
of a student group for differently abled students,
it led to him being
right?
into Robben Island.
It's called DASA from
alongside
UW.
many other
And
freedom fighters.
we worked towards making the university with the Office for Students with Disabilities.
Kind of in 1993.
That was where I had my first job.
People that were wrongfully imprisoned on Robben Island because they were
We're going that way back. 1993, the year I was born. Like, he is going in. Anyway.
In 1994, next year, we had our first democratic votes. And that was good.
Dude, you're describing yourself, not your country. I don't think that's necessary. History books exist, but okay. I live for the patriotism. Love your country. Your father fought for that shit. So let me just summarize what he's saying. You know, it's me.
Living in those conditions, they weren't good for him. He was set free and he did get to leave, but he had bad
I know. It's tough.
So
it was tough. We didn't really have
work.
I didn't.
He
really
had a heart attack.
A father figure growing up, so
escalator.
I don't think it's necessary for you to have one, but I do feel like it was an element that I would have liked to have had or experienced to some extent. I don't know if I'd 100% be a different person.
That was
this camera is glitching.
That was a month before I was born.
Patience.
My mom was 8 months pregnant, and she lost her husband.
If he keeps doing this,
and she became a single mother. For a while, it was just me and my mom.
This really
sometimes
is
Sometimes who would help out because my mom had to
taking the approach of
just follow the work, and sometimes she can take me with.
Using your art to deal with your trauma. Oh,
and then my mom met a guy, and she fell in love with him. And
I feel it's just like it's me now, knowing how 30 seconds to a TikTok is relevant, and I'm watching
my amazing sister that I'm talking about, my younger one.
19 minutes. 19 minutes and 21 seconds up.
Things were okay for a bit.
Okay, bro.
And then they separated. My mom and her boyfriend.
Here's the thing: I probably was smoking.
Had to now raise
at this time.
By herself again.
What was I smoking before?
But she managed because
I will literally read myself to fault. I'm a millennial. The worst critic of myself is me, and will never be anyone else.
My grandpa, but
that's why I'm so cunty.
In Australia, so I didn't get to see him. It was mostly my mom, and she did the best that she could. And I think she did really well because I'm still alive. I'm not going to give my age away, but I'm going to just say
I am super critical.
Nearly 3
Oh my gosh, I'm such a
So I'm still alive, so that's a good thing. So she did her job.
Like, very little has changed, though. I think I've just come out more of my shell of late.
Because my mom
I was very self-conscious.
Had to follow well. We moved around a lot.
I used to eat my feelings.
I was a very shy kid.
Binging, and then afterwards my OCD with my weights,
very skinny. My knees,
finger just got too much.
My nose, my ears, they were so big. They had no business being that big.
He's speaking on it, yes, babe.
Kids can be mean, so they tease me about it.
I think the only people who have watched this was my family and some of my friends, and I haven't watched this shit.
There was legit a time where a kid tied me up in chains.
That's me.
And then padlocked me and told me to stand there. And there was another time where three other boys.
I've been through the most stuff. I'm dating. Okay. So I am who I am now. I'm not going to apologize for the fact that I go on dates every now and again with guys. And someone told me when I was speaking to him that
I wasn't.
You've been through quite a lot.
And so I
realized that now watching this back.
And that is not a good
been through hell and back.
Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having a good appetite, enjoying food, but when you use it to cope.
I'm talking about my weight issues.
Instead of actually dealing with
this is really like
it becomes unhealthy.
And like if you like
talking about your problems,
because this feels almost like
you're trying
the second season of Heartstopper. If you're into that, like
and then I
deep
get
conversations,
upset
young
because then I pick up
people.
weight.
This is the video for you. I'll
Now,
add
whose
the
fault
link
is
to
that?
this ish, but
It's not anyone's fault,
woo!
really.
I'm gonna need to
it's
watch
more
like
my fault for
Parks and
thinking that I
Recreation,
could
Big Bang
just
Theory.
talk about what's going on with myself. But yeah, that happened, and I
Just
gained
to like keep
lots
things
of
light
weight,
after
and that
this.
made it hard to
I'm
explain
definitely
to
a
him because then that would
Pisces.
be
We
something else
dived
people
into the
believe
emotion.
about. And it's something that I've learned is that bullying, it comes from
Oh
a
yeah,
place of
I was bullied a
suffering,
lot.
from
Yeah.
hurt. You don't want to hurt someone if you yourself are feeling
And the
hurt.
thing is, I never really stood up for myself because
Bullies are usually
never
bullies
really.
because
Never.
in some part of their life
I was
they
literally
are
the definition
confused.
of.
They may
You know
be
those TV
victims,
shows, those
and
like
so what they want
those
to do
like
is project
that examine
strength
killers,
into a weaker
domestic like.
target to victimize
You know what
that
I'm saying?
person,
Like she
to
was
make
a
them feel better about
wonderful wife.
themselves,
She was a sweet
even
woman
if it's for a short period.
until she
kind of
snapped.
sad.
That's
But at
not
the time, I
healthy.
didn't know that,
Not healthy.
so
But
I
I was the
just
kind
wanted
of
my
person that
bullies
couldn't
to die.
vocalize.
Who wants to be bullied? No one wants to
When
be
negative things are, I was always trying to be
So yeah,
toxically
I
positive.
I'd only have like one or two.
And never would speak up against shit before.
Yeah.
And now
it'll be
I've gotten
fine.
to the age where I think
Until
it comes to
you-
maturity and getting older that you
Eventually, I got to high
you start
school,
giving less fucks.
and
you
I
know,
was in a Christian school. I won't give the name of the school, but it wasn't exactly the best situation for me.
why not?
Because
Leave the name of the school. I'll do it right now. Christian Brothers College. How you doing?
Finding themselves. and
Bloemfontein,
they're
let me
getting
please
puberty, so
split
people
the
can be
branches.
assholes. New teenagers can be dicks.
People can be assholes, baby.
But okay.
And the thing is,
and
it
yeah,
doesn't
they
matter what
tease me for that
gender,
crap
what
and all
age
that,
group,
whatever,
dated
it's fine.
every
But the
variation.
situation kind of got worse
And
because
it doesn't matter, all people, you included.
I had this one teacher. I think
Sorry,
everyone
not
has
sorry.
this one teacher.
Controversial
Who's a
take. I
complete
said
dick.
I
He
stopped
has-
being quiet.
There's no need to be such an a-hole, but he was. His nickname for me, because I'm Rick, was Slick
Did I-
Rick,
did
because
I
I
literally
only
say
skin.
dick
Thank
and
you for that.
a-hole
Thank
on
you. I
YouTube?
appreciated that. That is exactly
Ah,
what I needed.
Mr. Daily
I
Man
was already
accounting
so
teacher from
self-conscious. I
Bloemfontein.
needed you to remind me
I don't
every
care
day
anymore,
that I had
okay?
only complete skin.
It's been how many years,
Great
what?
stuff. And he would even call this one Russian kid that we had. His name was Vladimir, so he called him Flat Dick.
I've
Not
always
very
been
appropriate for
sarcastic.
high
I'm
school
literally my
students, but
mother's.
okay, your prerogative. Anyway, I did really shitty in his class because I'm not very good at accounting.
Coming with the
That's what he
language,
taught.
with the English, with the
Numbers, just in general,
vocabulary. Yes,
mathematics,
you can see this is an
I
English
suck so
venture.
bad at it. And then, so I go into his exam,
And
I write the
nothing has
paper,
changed.
and I
And
bomb.
yet for some reason I took
I know at this,
research
at
and
this point,
probability
there's no
studies
way
and
I am
stats
passing
in
accounting.
Like it
And
was
I don't know, maybe
literally
too
my
much paper
field of study,
before
trying to
I left
determine
the class, because at
what
that same,
like
right
diseases
after
and
the exam, I had to
patterns
write another
of
one. I did not have
psychopathology
time.
and illness within
This was-
society
keep in
occurs
mind, this
according
was
to like
another
shared
language. I
trauma
was
and
writing
experiences and
Sotho.
crap. And that
I only
takes
speak English.
calculating
And that's weird for a guy
entire
of
constituencies,
skin tone,
groups
because
of
usually in
people,
my
you know, and
country-
seeing age groups,
Okay,
surveys,
around the world, people think that this is a
doing your
racist
chi-square, your
colour
median, and your mode, and all of
generally
that
doesn't have a
bullshit.
good connotation around
I
the world,
took
but
math
here in
literacy,
Africa,
and then I
it's a
took
race.
university
It's a
level,
race. It actually is like you get
like
black,
research
you get
and
white,
mathematics.
and then you get colored.
What was wrong
Right.
with me?
On my ID it says colored. That's what I
I
am.
actually,
And
I think I
like being
actually
colored because that's my identity.
don't like myself.
But I understand that there's going to be people out there in the world who
Yes,
don't
baby. You are
agree
colored.
with that term.
And I wish I was
apologize
actually
for
more
that.
colored.
But this is what it is.
Every
Okay.
day I feel that way.
And so I've been
Yeah,
really
because I don't know, for my international
I only
babies,
speak English.
that's
I've
a
never
controversial
really
term,
been
but
good
it's
at Afrikaans.
actually
I think
a
at a certain
classification of
age
a
I
race
was, because I had a lot of
in our
Afrikaans
country.
friends. I lived
I
in
won't say it
Pretoria.
here because
Pretoria.
the brave one here decided
Yeah,
to say it
Pretoria.
on there, so you gotta
Yeah,
watch it there.
sorry.
Let's not
And
work on
everyone's
getting
Afrikaans, and I picked it
shits,
up really quickly.
taken
And then I
off the
left, and then I
algorithm,
had
or
lots of English
take
friends,
posts
blah, blah,
taken
blah.
down, or
So I'm not
You
good
know,
at languages, and
for
I had to
now.
write a Sesotho, another language, an exam right after accountancy. So I had to rush it.
oh
My
yeah, let's go
accounting
into
teacher, let's call him
trouble.
Mr. Bailey for now. He physically
I don't
comes
think
up
I
and
let
says, okay,
things go.
you did shit in my exam. What's going on? So it goes into an argument, it gets physical, he pushes me up against the wall, I don't like it, I shrug him off, he tries pulling my arm. At this point, you need to know, I'm a 16-year-old who's really big. You mess with
There
me
are people
in that
dying,
way,
Kim.
it's not going to end really well for you. I'm sorry, okay? That's just my self-defense. I push this guy. He is grabbing my shoulders, pushing me up against the wall. I push him off me. I had no idea how strong I was. He had no idea how strong I was. So I push him, and he goes flying like 5 or 6 feet across the quad. And I'm like, oh shit. And rightfully so, because I get called
the house down,
and I get suspended. And in suspension, that
shit. I don't advocate physical violence, but I do advocate defending yourself and fighting for yourself if someone attacks you. It's called self-defense. But
how was
still,
it be decided I was a problem?
I don't promote violence. Choose love, baby. Choose love.
At this point, it didn't actually matter that much because I got to.
I know that it was difficult to choose love in that situation. You weren't given the option. Someone chose violence.
At this point, my mom had got.
But I'm glad that now I'm old enough, mature enough now to know that I can use my words to communicate in a healthy and mature way to people how I feel and where my boundaries are. Communicate that.
And we lived.
So I can remove myself from a potentially damaging situation. The teacher, a grown adult man, was not in the right to be physically assaulting a student. 16-year-old, and I got suspended for that question. But I'm not going to do the tangents. But at the same time, I feel like I could have stepped away and not have engaged. And whatever happened from that point forward would have happened. But someone like myself who was always choose love. Do not choose violence. You are not weak from stepping away from a situation. You're actually being responsible. If you're feeling heated in that moment,
and I
it's
graduated
not going right.
eventually, and then
you can make like Elsa.
Yeah, I got into UWC by some metric of God. Like my marks in math and Afrikaans.
No, baby, you just worked hard. You manifested. And everything came together. Not everything that you achieve and accomplish in life is a mistake, and you have to apologize for it. It's okay to be a boss as biatch. Don't apologize. Do not dim your light. I say that to everyone else. I wish I had told that to myself when I was that age. Even long before that, I had a low
going on in high school.
It doesn't seem like now, like I'm extroverted, like what the fuck?
When you try to write an essay, that's not what they want. They want
look at you, look at you right now. But seriously, even now, this is the most animated I was, and that was after getting like ticked off. Can you see this baby is
I did really well and I passed.
He has baggage and he's unpacking it now. It took that much. Took years. I had to be in UWC for this shit to come out.
Neurological disorder. It's basically in the synapse. Your brain is always sending.
This became a lot more hectic then, but it's actually good for me because now I can make jokes about this. I can look back and say,
sometimes those messages don't get to the
even there, I think that he's being a mature young dude right now. I'm proud of the person that I became. I didn't allow peer pressure to define me. Or allow anyone to tell me what's what without questioning it first, you know.
I had a very severe.
But I used to.
I was in first year. I was working hard.
Oh.
But the exam.
I was
stress from the exam was a trigger for me, and I had this big fit.
Yeah.
It had me hospitalized, and then the therapist told me, you know what?
Now I'm not afraid to speak my mind and to pull my space and stop apologizing for existing and for having an opinion. Oh my gosh.
It was supposed to be a year break, and it ended up being a 2-year break.
Those tackies I'm wearing, firstly, what are those? What are those?
Maybe I could do my 4-year
Secondly, they are literally now just gathering dust and cobwebs
instead of taking all of my
outside.
subjects
It's so
one
funny
year,
to see.
What
I still had that lunchbox.
do it over
None
2
of these
years.
clothes,
Like I do 2
even the
subjects
bag
in
is
1 year and then do
the
the
jacket I
other
still
3
have.
in the next year and then just keep going.
I don't have that. Chaz has that,
Usually
my
in
friend.
university you're like a 3 or 4 year program. I don't know if there's a 5-year program, maybe, I don't know.
That's okay.
But yeah. And what happens is that you take about 5 modules in the first year and then it decreases as you go on.
Not for the
third
things
year
you're
or fourth year
thinking.
is usually
Strictly
your last year, and
platonic.
that's
You
when
filthy.
major with
I'm not saying that
two
you thought it,
modules
but if you
or
did,
3 modules,
you need Jesus.
depending.
Or Muhammad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And so
Or
far I've been doing okay.
or some Messiah.
There's been a lot of things that have changed for me in the year 2019.
I'm not
always
telling
wanted
you
to
to
have a
take
YouTube
religion if you
channel.
don't have to, baby. I'm
I
sorry.
was
I'm just saying
Scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not easy just
that I'm a weirdo.
making a video and then
An
posting
effable
it, because then that's
Ooh, I
up
like
for the
that.
whole world to see.
Hashtag
And what if the whole world doesn't like you?
bull.
Because
I'm not trying to get myself into
on other
any
YouTubers
ish.
That's
We keep
harsh.
PG-13 at least with the language, bro.
I have decided that I'm done making excuses, putting it
I am
forward.
listening and watching.
Really, all I need to do is just
I'm just processing.
make the video and just see what comes from it. That's all you can do in life is
Oh
take
yes,
the chance.
speaking on how I had procrastinated the longest
try,
time because
you're gonna
I
learn
never
from
felt
mistakes,
good
and
enough or
that's not what
interesting
you want.
enough to actually
So I'm gonna
try
probably run this down because my battery
and
is
put my
dying,
thoughts
so
out onto the world.
I'm gonna
Because who
leave
the
it
fuck
at
is
that.
going to listen to something?
And just say thank you for watching my video. If you liked it,
Some
please subscribe,
depraved,
like,
different
and comment, and all that good stuff.
No,
And thank you.
actually, there's a space for everyone and everything. And you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Ricky. And that was A for Anthony. Okay. Beef is for beach. It reminds me of how my auntie Patty, she used to say bitch that way. Die beach. Anyway, so that was, wow, that was in one take. Beautiful. My reaction to this nostalgia, turn back the clock, time capsule, YouTube reaction, whatever you want to call this. Wow. You know what I take away is that despite all the bull, he still had the ability to smile and was brave enough to do that. Because for the longest time I didn't have the self-esteem to actually believe that I could be interesting or do anything, put anything out there that deserved to actually be out there in the world. And I say this, I've said this to all of the kids that I've taught when I was teaching and when I was, in classes, that every life and every story is important. You are the protagonist of your narrative. And thus, every life and every contribution matters, because it will never happen again in the exact same way. You will never reoccur again. So that makes it special. It's worth existing. Imagine that. And I wish I could say that to myself when I was younger. And I think this was the beginning of me actually starting to believe that for me and claiming it. I'm just sad it took so long for me to get back to something that made me like there was an form of expression that was kind of healthy and cute. Look at him. But anyway, if you would like to see this yourself, I'm going to put the link in somewhere. I don't know. And I hope that this was enjoyable. If you watched it to this point, thank you. And that means maybe you should like and subscribe. And maybe share, for more content like this. I'm just saying. Other than that, so much love to you guys for being with me through this. Loves, hugs, kisses from your own effable weirdo. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Until the next one. Look out.